excuse me, I'm going to, these beautiful poinsettias are pretty, aren't they? I am going to I want to show you a word. I want to see if you know this word. You may not know this word, but you're going to learn this word. Okay? I want you to see this. You might be going in somewhere, you might be traveling somewhere. Have you traveled before? Have you traveled before? Have you ever stayed in a motel or a hotel or any place like that before? Have you? Have you? You might be traveling along and you might see a motel and it's got a sign that says this word. What is the word? Not vacation. No. Close. Close. It starts with the same letters, doesn't it? But it's a word that says vacancy. Can you say the word with me? Vacancy. Vacancy. Everybody say that. Vacancy. All right. So do you know what vacancy means? Do you know what it means? I bet it's a word you don't know because we don't see it very often. What does it mean? Well, it's got something to do with traveling. You're totally right. It's got something to do with traveling. So if you're traveling along and you see that sign, and you see a motel or a hotel, and it says vacancy, it means they have rooms that you can get. You can park and you can get a room to stay in overnight, right? So you have a place to stay. It's important when you're traveling, and you're traveling far, to have a place to stay, right? What if you see instead this sign? What does that say? No vacancy, exactly correct. So if having vacancy means that there are rooms you can stay at, what does no vacancy mean? There's no place to stay. You just have to go and hope that the next place you pass will have a vacancy sign and not a no vacancy sign. Do you remember the story of Joseph and Mary when they went to Bethlehem and they were looking for a place to stay? What happened? Remember what happened? What happened? Yeah, but what happened at first? What did they see? They didn't have signs like this back then, but they may as well have had signs. What would they saw? There was no vacancy, was there? There was no place to stay, and so they wound up staying in a place where animals were fed. And Jesus was born in a manger because there was no room. No vacancy means there is no room. So Jesus came to save us and love us, right? Is that what Christmas is about? Is it? That Jesus was born? Is that what Christmas is about? But sometimes we get real busy, don't we? We get busy decorating, or we get busy wrapping presents, or we get busy making food, and suddenly we forget what Christmas is all about. We have no room in our hearts to remember that Christmas is about Jesus being born. We get too busy, we get distracted, and we forget. That is why it is important for us to always remember when it comes to Christmas that it's about the birth of Jesus Christ. And the birth of Jesus Christ is about making room in our hearts, not just for Jesus, but for other people. Making room for other people. What other people are we talking about? Anyone who needs a place to stay, or anyone who needs food, or anyone who needs clothes, or anyone who needs love or comfort. That's the room that we are to make. This is not the way. If we follow Jesus, we're not to have a no vacancy sign. We're to be open. We are to have room in our hearts and room in our lives to help others. That's why Jesus was born. Can you remember that? Can we pray? Let's pray. We'll ask you to join us. Please join us. Dear Lord, you were born so that we could help others. You were born so that we could be saved. We love you, Lord, and we love others. Help us to open our hearts